There's loads of methods out there that can help beginner traders get into trading for FIFA Ultimate Team, whether it be the bronze method, silver trader method, or you want to be lazy by bulk bidding. These methods are great when you're new to trading, but once you start to get around 500,000 coins, trading with bronze, silver, and even bulk bidding with players just doesn't give you the coins you want. You want to be making trades where you're going from 500k all the way up to 1 million coins and you're doing it quickly. Today's method is exactly that. We'll be taking just a couple 100,000 coins and we'll take it all the way up to 1 million coins as long as you stick with this method. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and you do want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you'll always be up to date when a new video is uploaded. We are also approaching a very exciting time within FIFA. Not so much with FIFA 21, but more looking towards FIFA 22. At the end of July, we do have EA Play, and this will bring the first FIFA 22 reveal trailer. This is when we'll start to get more and more information. So if you also want to hear FIFA 22 news, it will all be covered here on this channel. Getting back into the video. In a previous video, we talked about trading with icons, and when we did highlight everything, I recommended that you would have 400k before starting a trader method. The reason for this number is because you don't want to be putting all your coins into one trade. So if you did only have 100k, that would only be enough to buy one icon. And even though that icon could give you 10, 20, 30k in profit, it could also take a couple days or even a couple weeks to sell on. So that's why if you have 400k, you're able to buy 4 of those deals, each of them giving you 10, 20, 30k in profit, but they'll all sell at different times. You could get lucky with them all selling within the first hour, but there's also a chance that some could take a bit longer. And with this in mind, I'm going to recommend the exact same for this video. If you have 400k, this just opens the door for you to make more trades, which will give you even more coins, and you're also able to diversify, which leads to it being less risk. It should also be said with 400k, it gives you more than enough than if you were to go slightly over budget. We will be looking at players that start between 100k all the way up to 200k, but as it does come down to the last minute, that's when bidding wars happen, and sometimes those players can exceed that amount of coins but still be a very good deal, and you do just want to make sure that you have enough coins so that you can make these trades. So let's just get straight into the method. We are going to be looking at a variation of the 1-2-3 method. We have looked at this before, but when we have looked at it in a previous video, we were only talking about it for 10k, 20k, and 30k, which is a very good trader method if you do only have 100k. This will allow you to make trades within your budget that can give you a couple thousand coin per deal that you sell on. This should help you go from 100k all the way up to 400k in this situation. Once you do get to 400k, that's when things really start to slow down. That's when you want to move to this one. So for this one, you want to set the search as 100k minimum bid, 200k maximum bid, and 300k minimum buy now. This will give you players with bids on at 100 to 200k, but buy nows above 300k. The search parameter will show you the best deals on the market within this price range. Not all of them will sell between 100 to 200k. Sometimes you can find trades that have only just been listed within the 59th minute, so they will be 100 to 200k within that time, but as they get down to the last minute, they could even potentially push up to 1 million coins. It all depends what's listed at the time. Now if you don't have 1 million coins, you obviously can't buy into those deals, so it's a good idea for you to just avoid them. But as you carry on going through this method, you get the deals that you can buy and sell them on for profit, eventually you will be able to get up to that 1 million coins. So once you set 100k minimum bid, 200k max bid, 300k minimum buy now, you just want to search and go through the players. Just like what we've done with many other trader methods in the past, you just want to find those that have active bids on. If they do have a bid, it indicates that that player price is a lot lower compared to the lowest buy now. And it saves you time because now you don't need to go through each player individually to compare the player price. So go across, find those that have active bids on and add them to your watch list. The good thing about this type of method compared to the previous 1-2-3 method is that you can add every single player that has an active bid up to the 1 hour mark. You could not do this with the previous 1-2-3 method. because there's simply way too many players and they're all expiring at a very similar time. You'll end up being completely overwhelmed, and this will result in you not getting any of the amazing deals that there are. So I always tell you to focus on 3 to 5 players at the same time. But with this method, because we're looking at a much higher budget and these players are a lot rarer, when you go through you'll find that there's not a crazy amount of players. You'll get anywhere between 5 to 15 in an hour. This doesn't sound like a crazy amount here, but this is where things start to shift. We're no longer looking to get loads of players all giving a decent amount of profit. We're looking to find just 1 or 2 players that's given a huge amount of profit. So add all of these players to your watch list, wait for them to go down to the last 30 seconds. If there's room to make profit after you've done your research to find the lowest buy now for each player, then be sure to put a bid in. Also remember the 5% EA tax. Now that we're not dealing with players that's around 10, 20, 30k, these players that's 100k, 200k, 300k, the 5% EA tax starts to end up being a couple thousand coins. And this can eat into your profit if you do not calculate it correctly. From this trader method, you will find a huge amount of variation in the types of cards that will be listed on the market. You'll find different types of rare golds, team of the season, team of the weeks, icons, and all of them will have bids on a lot lower compared to the lowest buy nows. But this doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be good deals. Some of them do expire with bids a lot higher than their lowest buy nows. I know, it really doesn't make sense, but people out there do get a bit carried away with bidding, and they do bid some ridiculous amounts. From what I've noticed after doing this method for quite some time, is that icons tend to be the best. They're the ones that are giving me the biggest amount of profit, and they have the lowest amount of competition. The worst actually are team of the seasons. Team of the seasons being the newest and latest thing to the game is what players are all trying to get. And there's a lot of situations when I've added a team of the season to my watch list, it's an absolutely amazing deal, and if I was able to get it, I could sell that player on for a very good amount of profit. But in the last 30 seconds, they just shoot up in price. So many people are wanting to get this player for their team that the price just shoots right up. And even when these team of the season players do expire with a lower bid compared to the lowest buy now, unfortunately it's still not enough room for you to be able to make any profit whatsoever. You'll be making a huge loss after the 5% EA tax. Now this doesn't mean that team of the seasons won't ever make you profit. Despite this happening to me many times over the last couple of weeks, I still add every team of the season player to my watch list just in case this time round it ends up being a very good deal. The most important part about this method is bidding. We are no longer looking at a trader method where there's little to no competition. With the trader methods such as the bronze and silver method, we were able to bid in the last minute and there would be no competition. We would not be outbidded and we'll be able to get that deal to sell it on for a decent amount of profit. But now that we are looking at high rated rare golds, different types of team of the weeks, different types of team of the seasons, this is where things start to get a bit tricky. Because these players have so many eyes on them, the chances are that you'll put a bid in the last 30 seconds and you'll be immediately outbidded. This is just the way things go. So the question comes down to how are you going to get these deals? And the answer comes in 2 parts. The first part is that you need to frustrate your opponent. Whoever else is bidding on this player, they either want them for their team or they're looking for a good trade. If they're looking to add this player to their team, then you're never going to beat them, because they'll bid on this player to a much higher price compared to you, because you obviously want to be making profit. But when these players get down to the last 30 seconds, that's when I put my bid in. That's my first bid on the player. If that player then gets outbidded, I will then wait until it gets down to the last 5 seconds before I put another bid in. This is the easiest way to frustrate players because it just wastes everyone's time. I could very easily put the bid in at 29 seconds after I get immediately outbidded, but it frustrates other players when they get down to the last couple seconds, think they've won an amazing deal, only for them to be outbidded. The second part is that you also don't need to become predictable. If you have a situation where every single time that you get outbidded, you wait until the last 5 seconds before you put another bid in, you start to get into a routine, but so does your competitor. So after you've done that a couple times, that's when you can start mixing things up. As soon as you get outbidded, you'll immediately put a bid in until this starts to become very repetitive, in which you'll switch it up again and wait until it gets down to the last 5 to 10 seconds for you to put another bid in, and you'll just keep on mixing this up. This is how I bid on every single one of my trades. It's not the most exciting thing ever, but it leads to me winning more trades than if I was just to immediately outbid every single time. But anyway guys, this is the 1-2-3 method. We have covered this before at a much lower price range with 10k minimum bid, 20k max bid and 30k minimum buy now. But now we are looking to go a lot higher. We are looking at 100k minimum bid, 200k maximum bid and 300k minimum buy now. And this should lead to you getting some of the biggest and best deals within the game, where you're able to put up 100, 200, 300k, but you're able to make 10k, 20k, 30k or even more. This will easily take your 400k all the way up to 1 million, and you don't have to do too many trades to make this happen. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.